Hey everyone, May the 4th be with you. As I am recording, the May the 4th event has been going on at LEGO, and during it, LEGO decided to officially reveal 5 new sets that will be releasing later this year, so I'm going to take a look at each one of them, give my thoughts and kind of an overview. Anyways, I hope you all have a great May the 4th. If you're watching this after, I hope you had a great one. We're gonna go from the lowest price to highest, so let's get started with the first set. It is the 2026 Advent Calendar. It will release September 1st, retails for $45, and has a total of 293 pieces. This looks to be heavily Mandalorian themed, which makes sense with the Mandalorian movie releasing late May. I already like this one a lot more than the 2025 one. That one was the whole droid shop, and the builds weren't that exciting because of the theme, but here there's a lot more of the micro scale ships, so I'm glad we're getting more of those. And then the minifigure lineup is pretty solid, but the one that caught my eye is the IG droid. I really do like that head mold, and this could be a hint that the Super Star Destroyer releasing later in this year could come with minifigures. Overall, this does look like a fun advent calendar. I think the micro builds look good and the minifigures are solid. The next set is the Hutt Palace Sentry Droid Showdown. This will release August 1st. It retails for $50 and has 415 pieces. There's been a good amount of scenes from the Mandalorian and Grogu trailers that show what this set is based off of. In the movie, it looks to be 2 droids guarding the vault door, but here it is just 1. For $50, just looking at this, it looks overpriced to me. I don't know if I like the Sentry droid design. I saw someone compare it to the Boba Fett mech, and honestly, I can kind of see a lot of the similarities. It kind of just looks like an oversized version of that, but slapped on with a way bigger price tag. And then the vault door, has a solid design, but I think what's really the highlight here is the minifigures and the return of the bounty hunter Embo. Honestly, a good looking minifigure, and he does have a new companion, as the first dog had died in the Aftermath trilogy, I believe, the book series, so it makes sense that he would have a new companion. The set looks to be accurate to what we see in the trailer, but I don't know if I'm excited for this one. The droid is just not really vibing with me, but the minifigures definitely are what I want. And I don't see this being worth $50. I think it would be a little bit more if they had included a second Sentry droid like in the trailer. The third set, and possibly the best one, is the Imperial Remnant AT-RT driver helmet. It will release June 1st. It has the usual price tag of $70 for a helmet, and it has 775 pieces. Just looking at this design, I think this might be a top 3 helmet. It has a very accurate look, especially just looking at the visor area. I really like how everything kind of connects. There doesn't look to be any gaps. The more I look at it, the more I like it. I think LEGO really cooked with this one. It's also just an interesting Imperial helmet to get, a very nice change from the usual Imperial helmets that we've already gotten. Now, the only downsides for this set is I think $70 is still too high for a helmet set, especially when there's no minifigure included, and LEGO already proved that they can include one with the most recent Sauron helmet coming with a minifigure, but LEGO decided not to do that for LEGO Star Wars. I honestly see no reason why. So huge bummer there. I really was hoping that minifigures would carry over to the LEGO Star Wars helmets. But apart from all that, I do think that this is a phenomenal looking helmet. This is definitely one I want to pick up. It looks very accurate. Moving on to the second to last set, it is an upscaled Darth Vader minifig. This is a $100 set with 1,028 pieces, and it will also release June 1st. The design does a good job at upscaling the regular Darth Vader minifig that we get, and one thing I noticed also was the gigantic, what looks to be a cloth piece for the cape. I think the helmet area is not the best here, and the one thing that really stood out to me and bugs me a lot are the eye pieces and how these stickers kind of make it look like sunglasses and they're flat, whereas the actual Vader helmet is kind of a rounded shape, and it just doesn't have the best look here. The lightsaber does look very good. I think the hilt has a perfect design. I think with the blade they should have done a white Technic axle piece in the middle to make it look a little bit brighter. Also, I'm not a fan of the upscaled minifigure sets. They look cool and I like the idea, but I don't know if this was one that we needed this year, especially since we just got a bust of Darth Vader, and that's more of a display set. I think that one has a better design overall. And above all that, the $100 price tag is definitely hefty because the other upscaled minifigures that LEGO has done, like the astronaut and just the regular LEGO minifig, have both been $60. Now I get that this is Star Wars, so the IP probably costs more, but just comparing it to those two, it's obviously a lot more money. So overall, I think the design is solid. Like I said, the helmet isn't as good, but the rest of the, torso area looks great. But yeah, I don't know if this set's for me. I'm not really that excited for this one. And the last set is the Imperial shuttle. It will release alongside the other two on June 1st for $140. It has 961 pieces. We are looking at another turbo tank and MTT situation. Not as bad as those because those were 160, but it's really close. I gotta say that the Imperial shuttle looks phenomenal. I really do like the look of this build, especially since the last version in 2021 was not that good at all. It did not have a good design. So seeing this one just looks like a big improvement. Specifically in the cockpit area, that was one of the biggest downsides for that 2021 version. But yeah, overall, this Imperial shuttle does look very good. It's also got some interior space, which is good to see. And this is based off the season 2 finale for The Mandalorian. So the 5 minifigures in this set are from that episode. Something that's weird, and we've seen it before, is the Imperial pilot here only has printing for one arm. And in the show, the other arm should have printing as well. But for whatever reason, LEGO just did one arm here. Like I said, we've seen it before, I think, with Echo when he was with the Bad Batch. It's one of those things that's just like, why is LEGO doing that? And now finally, we gotta talk price. Like every LEGO Star Wars set nowadays, $140 is high for this set. And like I said, I was comparing it to the Turbo Tank and MTT, but the Imperial shuttle actually looks great here. I think it's better than those two set designs. I will say at least it's not $160, but $140 is right there. And it just sucks because this looks like such a great set with good minifigures, especially since the last Imperial shuttle was not that good. So seeing this one is just such an improvement. But apart from the price, I've never owned an Imperial shuttle, so seeing this one definitely has me excited, and it's probably one of the more exciting sets on this list to me. But anyways, those are the 5 new sets that LEGO has revealed during the May the 4th event. I'm definitely the most excited for the helmet and the Imperial shuttle. The other sets are not as exciting or interesting to me. I'm very eager to see what other sets release this year. It definitely is looking like a massive Mandalorian theme, and first movie since 2019 for Star Wars, so it is a big deal. But anyways, let me know down in the comments what you think about these sets, and also let me know what you're doing for May the 4th. Definitely lightsaber slash that like button and hit subscribe with the bell on so you know when I upload. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.